Pork shoulder versus pork butt. What is what? When do I use it? We're going to answer all of that stuff today. Let's dive in. Let's get to it. We've all heard the terms, right? Pork shoulder, pork butt, Boston butt, shoulder roast, picnic roast, pork butt roast, butt steaks. We've heard it all. So today we're going to talk about what's the difference between these two cuts of pork that come from the same area. So in front of me, I bought the whole shoulder. This is one of the front shoulders because I want to show you where the butt comes from, where the shoulder part of this is, and then talk about the differences between the two and maybe which one works best in the application you are doing for your cooking. Tell you what, let's get tight in here. We'll show you the differences and talk through what is a butt, what is a shoulder, where do they come from, and how do they work. Well, here we are. We've got both of the cuts in front of us, and you can see here the pork butt's kind of all by itself, right? So this is also known as a Boston butt. It's coming from the top of the shoulder, really closest to the spine. As we said, rectangular, pretty uniform in shape, pretty consistent as well. And if it's sold boneless, it is going to say on the package boneless, and it's going to come packaged just like this. Normally, they don't net or tie boneless. So you can get this again, bone in or boneless. Now, this is going to be really well marbled. It's going to have the fat cap on it, and this is going to produce amazing pulled pork. This is normally what everybody uses to make pulled pork, definitely for sure. Now, from this part down, right, the butt is that upper part. Now we have the shoulder, the pork shoulder, also known as the picnic shoulder, maybe even a picnic roast. It's always tapered, pretty triangular in shape. If it's boneless, it'll be sold tied or netted normally for the most part. And when you unfold it, if it's boneless, it's going to be pretty random cuts, not necessarily laying flat, but it's pretty random cuts because of having to remove that bone. This is going to normally have a little bit less fat intermuscular wise because it's a little bit lower on the leg, works a little bit more. Now, this is pretty common to find this with the skin on it. A lot of people use that for pulled pork. They use it for pork roast, pork slices, but a lot of Cuban style sandwiches are coming out of this area as well. And then that skin being left on there gives you that amazing crackling skin. So that's the difference between these two. You've got the butt coming from the upper, almost always used for pulled pork. You've got that pork shoulder coming from the lower, can be used for pulled pork. A lot of times it's used for pork roasts, pork steaks, pork slices, Cuban sandwiches, maybe some braised items as well. But there you have it. Pork butt, pork shoulder, coming from the same part of the pig, just different parts, right? The upper and the lower. Well, there you have it. Pork butt versus pork shoulder, coming from the same area of the pig, just different cuts. And I'll tell you what, if you want to see us cook a beautiful, amazing pork butt on our Big Green Egg, that video is coming up next.